There you go, Laurel. Welcome to day 6 of the Feast for the Soul. My name's Sarah McLean. I'm the director of the feast this year. I'm so happy you're here. It is day 6. We're well underway with our commitment to our spiritual practice, our daily deepened spiritual practice. Even being part of this feast, I know, can connect you in ways that maybe you didn't feel before, inspire you in ways that maybe are new to you. And no matter what your spiritual practice is, it's so nice to be together. I feel like that is one of the most important aspects of a spiritual practice is community. And my mudra, or my iconic hand gesture for the year, is this, which feels like that's the sanctuary of community. And thank you for being part of that. Love to introduce you to Laurel Geiss, and she's here from Florida. And she is also a long-term meditator who's an author of the book. Actually, I think it's a couple of books, but you'll have to correct me, The Jesus Seeds. And she writes as part of her spiritual practice every morning. And I'll let her tell you about that. Laurel, would you like to say hello and take it away?
I would love to. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Sue. And again, I am so grateful that you have invited me back to this incredible community to share soul journaling. We had such a great response after we shared this last year that it's truly a blessing to be here with you. And so welcome, welcome, welcome from all over the world. I'm Dr. Laurel Geiss. I'm an author, as Sarah mentioned. My latest book is The Jesus Seeds, Igniting Your Soul Guided Life. I'm a speaker and an evolutionary educator. And today we're going to learn about soul journaling. I'm going to lead you on a guided meditation, and then we're going to share the practice together. How does that sound? Are you ready for that? Yes, I'm seeing yeses. I love it. Thumbs up, hearts. I love it. Thank you. Well, I believe that I am a soul, and I believe that you are a soul. And as a soul, I believe that we are divinely architected to live a soul-guided life. So when we think of the soul, we think of that eternal spark. The soul is the higher self. And also the soul is the future self. If we believe that our soul agrees to the life path that we're going to experience while we're here in this lifetime, the experiences that we'll have, the lessons that we'll learn, the expression of our life purpose, we can see how connecting every day with our soul and receiving soul guidance can actually help us to navigate this life with more peace, more grace, and more ease. And that's why I'm here today, is to share with you this very simple practice of soul journaling. And as Sarah mentioned, I've been meditating and teaching meditation for over 25 years now. Yes, we're dating ourselves a little bit, but it's been, I would say that aside from learning meditation 26 years ago, soul journaling has been the most transformative tool that I've used in my life to help me to explore my true life purpose, to becoming more authentic, and to really understanding the reason why I'm here, and then being able to give that back to our community and to our world. So we spend some time in silence, and that's why I was so excited to share this during Feast for the Soul, because we spend time in meditation, and then after the meditation, we can spend some soul time, some soul connection time to actually receive our soul guidance. So how do we receive our soul guidance? What does that look like? Well, you know, the soul is limitless, as is the way that we can receive our soul guidance. So for some of us, we receive our soul guidance through our divine ears. We may hear some thoughts whispered gently in our mind. Some people call this clairaudience. We can also receive our soul guidance through our divine eyes, where we see images or symbols, maybe colors. And some people call that clairvoyance. And we can also receive our soul guidance through that divine touch, through that knowingness, that intuition, that divine guidance that you just know something that we call clairsentience. So we can receive our soul guidance through one of these ways or through all of these different ways. So for today, it's going to be very important that you have a journal and a pen or a piece of paper. So let me see if you have a piece of paper and a pen or a journal. Hold it up so we can see. Can I see? Yes. We've got that ready. All right. Really important to have something to write on, and a pen, pencil, crayon, whatever you have, marker. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So here's the process. So we'll spend some time in meditation. And then after we meditate, I'm going to guide you into a time of silence where you can receive your soul guidance. And so you will capture in your journal whatever experience happens. And again, there's no judging, no criticism. It's simply capturing the experience so that we can look at that and allow that guidance to help us on our evolutionary journey. And then there's a secret. So here's the secret. The secret is that we do not read our soul guidance until the next day, okay? So when we're done today receiving the soul guidance, I'm going to ask you to put it away without looking at it and not open it up again until tomorrow, okay? And now, why is this? Well, what I've discovered is that if we try to read the soul guidance right after we receive it, sometimes our ego or, that inner critic may come up and start saying, well, this is the silliest things you've ever done. And are you really going to, listen to this guidance? And so in order to push that aside, I have found that it is easier to put the soul guidance away and then to read it the next day. So what happens is that we have this opportunity to wake up in the morning time. And if you practice daily, every single day, you have a gift. You have this gift of soul guidance that you can read and then move into your meditation practice. And then after the meditation practice, you soul journal again. So does that make sense to everyone? Yes? Yes. So I'm excited to give this a try. Are you ready? Yes? All right. So we're going to begin with the meditation. Again, a guided meditation. So I'm going to invite you to be as comfortable as you can. And when you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes. If it's not comfortable to close your eyes, I invite you simply to shift your gaze to your hands in your lap, or you can just look down at the floor. And I will keep track of the time. And as we begin our meditation, I invite you to focus your attention on your breath, sensing the movement of air into your body and sensing the air leaving your body. And as you're focusing on your breath, not changing the rhythm of the breath at all, but just relaxing into your breath. As you're focusing on your breath, you may notice different thoughts in your mind, different sounds in the environment around you, or maybe even different sensations in your body. And whenever you become aware that your attention has drifted away from your breath, just very gently bring your attention back to the breath. We're going to continue for several minutes in silence. So enjoy your meditation. And now, keeping your eyes closed, we're going to use some mantras to help us to open that soul connection. The first mantra is open deeply. Open deeply. So as you inhale, think quietly in your mind, open. And as you exhale, think quietly in your mind, deeply. Open deeply. Open deeply. Open deeply. And continue to use this mantra for a few moments. Open deeply. And now the next mantra is receive completely. Receive completely. So as you inhale, thinking receive. As you exhale, thinking completely. Receive completely. And now finally, I am ready to receive. I am ready to receive. So on the inhale, thinking I am ready, and on the exhalation, to receive. I am ready to receive. I am ready to receive. And now placing your hand on your heart, let us all together feel into the feeling of gratitude. Gratitude for this connection with our soul, and gratitude for the soul guidance that we receive. And knowing that it has already happened. And now, keeping your eyes closed, in just a moment, we'll begin our soul journaling. And remembering that we receive what we receive in the way that we receive it. So, no judgment, no criticism, simply accepting from our soul and writing down a word, maybe 2 words, maybe a sentence, a paragraph, drawing a symbol, maybe the colors you see. It might be an intuition, an emotion, a knowingness. Whatever it is, just freely accept it and capture that experience in your soul journal. Now, before we open our eyes, I'm going to invite you to just very gently move your head from side to side. Begin to bring your awareness back into your body, very gently. And now, wiggle your fingers and move your toes. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes, grab your journal, and receive your soul guidance. When you're done, just close your journal or turn your paper over and go back into breath awareness practice. This will take about 5 minutes. All right. So now let's bring it back together, and we'll come back together as a community. And let's just take one moment. And why don't we all just put one word in the chat about how you're feeling right now? Just one word. How are we feeling? Inspired, beautiful, calm, relaxed, grateful, open, beautiful, connected. We're feeling spacious. I love that. Loved, supported, heard, beautiful, enlightened, ease. Now, that's one thing I have taken away from this practice, is that I never feel alone. I always feel supported, and I feel so empowered because I'm receiving this guidance directly from my soul. And it is like a muscle. The more you practice this, the stronger that connection becomes. So I encourage you to do this every day. And remember, don't look at what you wrote until tomorrow, okay? No peeking, anyone, no peeking. And tomorrow morning when you wake up, you'll have a gift. And that's another blessing of soul journaling, is that every single day you wake up with a gift. And I can't wait to wake up in the morning time because I know there's something waiting. There's some guidance for me in my soul journal. So again, tomorrow when you wake up, read your soul guidance. You will be surprised. You will love it. And then join the Feast for the Soul and have the meditation. And then after the meditation, do your soul journaling again and put it away. And then don't read it again till the next day. So does everyone understand the process? Yes. If you do, put a yes in the chat. Yes, I see some thumbs up. Wonderful. We have the process down. Now, what's so beautiful about this is that over time, we can really begin to see the impact of the soul guidance and how it can help us to live a soul guided life. I call it listen, align, and act. We listen to the soul guidance, we align our life with it, and then we act. Listen, align, act. And how do we do this? We do this over time. So at the end of every week, I like to go back and read my soul guidance. And then once a month, I love to go back and read the soul guidance and start looking for those little nuggets that help me to move forward. I like to call it looking back to see forward, because you begin to see the guidance and how it is helping you to shape your life's path. And then finally, here's another secret, something that I love to do is at the end of the year, I love to go back and read all of the soul guidance for the whole year. And for me, that is one of the most precious moments of my entire year, is seeing my evolution through the eyes of that soul guidance. So I invite you to try this every day, along with your meditation practice. And I do have something to share with you, and I just want to thank Sarah for this. Sarah had this great idea that we should offer some way to support you in this practice during the Feast for the Soul. So we're doing a fundraising workshop to raise funds to support the Feast for the Soul. You know, we did this last year, although last year we just did 1 2-hour workshop and we raised hundreds of dollars for the Feast for the Soul. So this year I'd love to do the same thing, but we're going to extend it. This year, we're going to have 4 sessions over 4 weeks. So starting on Sunday, this Sunday, January 23rd, we're going to have a session after the Feast for the Soul session. So directly after the Feast for the Soul at the top of the hour. So for me, I'm in Florida, that would be 1 o'clock on Sunday. So on Sunday, January 23rd, we'll have a session together for 1 hour and 15 minutes where we will begin to share our soul journaling experiences and learn more about soul journaling and how we integrate it into our lives. So the first week, we're going to talk about beginning your practice. The second week, deepening your practice. The third week, living the art of soul guided living. And then the last week, looking back to see forward. So I am so excited about this offering. I would like to invite all of you to join us, because it'll be a chance for us to go even deeper as a community. It will give you a chance to speak to others, to share with others in a very safe and sacred space. And
Laurel,
for me,
can I ask you a question?
Yes, you may.
Well, first I want to thank you for the practice. I know it is potent, and I love the idea of at the end of the year, which is so far away, to collect them all and take a look at the journey itself. But my question, somebody asked, what were those mantras or invitations during the meditation that you asked us to repeat silently?
Oh, yes, I can share those with you. So the first one, the first mantra was open deeply, open deeply. The second mantra is receive completely. And then the third mantra is I am ready to receive. So first we open ourselves up, and then we receive, and then we ask for that receiving. I am ready to receive. And that helps us to prepare ourselves for that soul connection. And thank you very much for asking. That is a great question. And here's, this is interesting because last year when we did the 2-hour session to raise some funds for the feast, we actually dived into receiving your soul prayer. And, that again is another one of the gifts that comes from soul journaling, is receiving different things. And for me, I've actually been soul journaling for over 20 years. What I find is that over time, I receive mantras for myself, like soul mantras for me to say. I receive soul prayers along with the guidance. And it's such a rich practice. Of course, it's a commitment, right? It's just like our meditation practice. And that's why we're here for the Feast for the Soul, is to help us to get into the practice to actually experience our meditation every day. And I think helping to augment it with the soul journaling, I think you'd be very, very surprised at how that transforms your life. So I'd love for you to join us. And Sarah, are there any other questions that I could answer? I love questions.
Well, I just want to make sure you say those times again, because I'm not very good with numbers and letters,
sure.
My friends, but numbers, sure. Not so much.
So we're starting on Sunday, and we're going to have 4 Sundays in a row. Okay. And the time it'd be 10 a.m. Pacific time. It would be 1 o'clock Eastern time, and it would be 6 o'clock Greenwich time. Is that correct, Sue? I believe that's correct. So the timing of it is really beautiful because you can attend the Feast for the Soul. You can have the experience of the community and the meditation, and then come to the soul journaling, where it'll be very interactive, a lot of sharing, a lot of learning, and just evolving together through that soul guidance. So I hope to see you there. I would love it. And remember, we're doing this to fundraise for Feast for the Soul. I know that all of the faculty, all of the directors, all of the behind the scenes, it's donation of time, because we love you so much, because we love to share what we know, and we love to have this community in the 15th year. So we want to keep it going. And let's see, any other questions? Will the sessions be recorded? I could record the sessions. Let Sarah answer that question. Let's see.
Well, if you sign up for the workshops, absolutely. If you miss a session, we can record them and send them to you. So it's, and again, you probably all know this. The Feast for the Soul is a total offering. And I appreciate your volunteering, Laurel, to share today's practice. And we've got so many more beautiful people coming along too. But we do sometimes run the fundraising workshops in order to kind of pay the extra Zoom costs and everything. And for those of you who asked about the Mindful and Happy program, that we are still inviting people to come to that. Even if you missed the first session, we'll send you the first recording. Well, I'm so happy you're here, Laurel. I am going to stop recording.
There's another